Okay. Well, I was going to play some music, man.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Get some music, Todd.
Yeah, get some rock and roll going.
Let's do it. We'll let everybody in the room to a little Tom Petty, Running Down a Dream.
It was a beautiful day. Sunbeam.
Come on in, everybody. Have a seat.
I had the radio on.
Grab your notepad and grab your pen. We'll get started here in about 30 seconds.
Trees went by. Me and
Type
Dad
into the
were
chat. Let
singing
everybody know where you're from
a little runaway.
as you get settled in here. Just type into the chat where you're from so we can associate a name with a place. That'll be great, and then we'll get started here. Our meeting today. I love some Tom Petty. You know, I went to the George Strait concert this past weekend in Phoenix, Arizona. So, and when George came out for his curtain call, as they call it, his encore, he actually played a Tom Petty song. Yeah. And they rocked it out for sure. So it was a really good concert. Anyway, I want to welcome everybody to today's meeting. My name's Todd Walters, and I'm here with an all-star panel. Let me set this up for everybody. I'm sitting here with, no joke, legit, some of the top real estate agents in the history of real estate in the United States of America. But let me repeat, I'm sitting here with billion-dollar agents. Okay. So this is no joke. This is legit. I don't know how many Zoom meetings you've been on where you've got to like hang out with and talk to and listen to folks that have done well over $1 billion in sales volume, that have made millions and millions and millions of dollars in real estate commissions, you know, right here all over the United States of America. But that's who you're going to be hearing from today. So if you've got a notepad and you got a pen, I'm going to recommend you put it to work. All right. So I'll get this kicked off a little bit. The first thing we're going to get into is we're going to get into the problems that real estate agents are facing right now in the industry. Okay. But I'm also going to show you the solutions that you can put your hands on here so you don't have these same problems. Okay. The last thing you want is real estate agent problems. Let me tell you. Okay. What you want is rich people problems. Everyone here wants to be in that position. So if you're not really happy, or I should say satisfied with where your real estate career is today, and you really want more, you want something better from it, you want to influence more people, you want to sell more homes, you want to make more money without giving up your personal life to do it, you're in a good place today. Okay. My name's Todd Walters. Okay. Let me throw that up on the screen. So I'm your host. Same thing. I started out in this business bankrupt and homeless. So I'll just set the tone for that right now. No joke. When I was 19 years old, everybody has an origin story. Okay. Mine started when I was 19. I dropped out of college. I talked my grandma into loaning me like $40,000 to buy a Primo's pizza business. And I went right to work as a young entrepreneur at the age of 19. But the time I was 21 years old, I was bankrupt. I owed my grandmother $40,000 plus interest and another $100,000 in debt. This is way back in the year 1990 when all this was going down. So I don't know about you guys, but I did at that moment in time what a lot of people do when things don't quite work out well in life. I got my real estate license. And that was a good move for me. I didn't have anywhere else to go. You know, I'm bankrupt. I'm homeless. Fortunately, I was moving into my father-in-law's basement. I just got married. That's kind of where my story started. Okay. But I put the systems that we're going to talk about today to work in my business, and I become the number one real estate agent in Georgia and among the top 20 real estate agents in the United States of America. I made over $40 million doing that gig and become $1 billion agent in the process. And through that process, I met our panel today and fell in love with these guys. And we're all part of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Network. Okay, so you hear a little bit about that. But the cool thing is we all use the same system. Everybody here uses the same exact system to produce an overflow of people that are ready to buy and sell in today's marketplace. Okay, so that's where we get started. So with that, I'd like to introduce our panel, if that's okay with everyone, so you get acquainted to who you're going to be talking to and hearing from over the next hour. Okay, I'm going to start with Rudy Kusuma. Rudy, how you doing, big dog?
Better than good here in Los Angeles.
Better than good out there in LA. All right, so Rudy, when I met Rudy, okay, I'm just going to give the story on it. When I met Rudy Kusuma, Rudy was hustling real estate agent, right, Rudy? That was a pretty good, and it wasn't that long ago. What was that, like 12 years ago, something like that?
Yeah, I
Wasn't
was
that
in
long ago. So
Coldwell
it's,
Banker,
so it's not like, so you're a Coldwell Banker, you're a hustling real estate agent, but you were trying to figure this whole gig out, so much so that you had to actually send your little kids, your babies, you had to send them to what, Indonesia? Like you couldn't make it work being a real estate agent and being a dad. Like you would literally sent your kids to live with your grandparents or your parents or
Yeah.
something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, because as you know, a solo agents model, Todd, we work 7 days a week, 15 hours a day.
Mm.
At the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, there's nothing to show.
Yeah.
Right? That's the problem as a solo agent.
All right. So if you're just joining us, type into the comments where you are so we can get to know you a little bit. So I'm talking to Rudy Kasuma right now. When I met Rudy, that's exactly right. He's struggling real estate agent, had to send his kids to go live with his grandparents in a foreign country. And, but Rudy, you got involved in the same system here, right? Our exclusive system that we use. And you quickly became the #1 RE/MAX agent in the entire state of California. Correct?
Yep. And so when I was with RE/MAX, our team sold 500 homes a year, the #1 team in California. And the beauty about what we're going to go over today is that we redefine the job of a real estate agent. We're going to introduce the concept of a team of specialists. So the reason we can make more money, have the time to enjoy it, is because we put together a system where each individual person has a specific role in the transaction, instead of me back in 2007, Todd, running around all by myself, because time is limited. So we're running out of time.
All right. So again, if you're just coming in, you're listening to a panel of billion-dollar real estate agents, and all of us started with zero. Okay, I gave my story, bankrupt, homeless. We just talked to Rudy. Starts as a struggling real estate agent, so much so as he sends his kids to a foreign country to live with his family, and then quickly becomes #1 in the entire state of California, by the way. And it's a great story. You're going to hear more about that. Let's flip it over to Miss Nancy Kowalik. Nancy, how things in New Jersey?
Things are fabulous in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear New Jersey an interesting place sometimes.
It really is. It's we have a lot of legislation here that keeps that about affordable housing and new septic regulations. There's just always something going on in this marketplace that you kind of have to pay attention to.
All right, so everybody watching today, everybody wants to sell more homes and make more money, and we're going to show everybody how to do that. But we got to put everything into context, because a lot of folks think that people have, they were. Look, we know how real estate works. Everybody starts at nothing, zero. You got no money, you got no income. You just got your motivation and your life circumstance. So when you got rolling in this, you're billion-dollar, multimillionaire agent now, Nancy. But when you started in it, like, what did that look like?
So when I started in it, I was getting divorced. I had 2 young kids, and I hit the end of the road when I spent an entire summer taking my kids to the pool and dropping them off for a swim team, and never getting in the pool the entire summer. I had 6 deals cooking, and it was 2009, and all of the deals evaporated because of people losing jobs, interest rates rise, all different sorts of things. And so I hadn't worked an entire summer, didn't spend time with my kids, was struggling, and I had nothing to show for it, literally. And it was when I kind of really started looking around at who was actually doing the work, not just talking about doing the work. And that's how I found this organization. And I was really fortunate.
So let's make sure everybody is tracking. So we've got a group of very successful, you know what? I shouldn't say it that way. These are most successful real estate agents, among the most successful in the history of real estate in the United States of America. And I am not over exaggerating that. These are rags to rich agent stories. Okay. We all got involved in the same system. So we all use the same system to go from, pretty dire circumstances for the most part to some of the most successful real estate businesses ever been invented by man. So, we're all part of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty network. So those are some of the commonalities. So you're going to hear us talk about the system, but you're going to see here momentarily, what that means for you So we can overcome the problems that I've got on the screen right here. Like these are real issues and problems that we're going to deal with here in a moment. All right. Thanks, Nancy. I'm going to flip over to Barb. Mr. Barb Schlinker, how things in Colorado, young lady?
Hello, it's beautiful. It's not snowing. I'm so happy.
Now you're in Colorado Springs, but you weren't always a real estate agent. Like you were, you come out of the military.
Yeah, I was a Navy person, and then I stayed in the reserves, worked my way up to be a commander. I'm Commander Barb. And right after 9/11, we moved to Colorado Springs. I got mobilized all the way downtown to NORAD, which was fun, but it made me have to stop the real estate business for a couple of years and restart all over again.
Yeah.
And that was difficult. I mean, we were only blessed with one child, and my husband travels. He's retired now, but he was an airline pilot. And it was hard. I mean, I feel like I didn't really fulfill the mom duty as well as I could have, but he still turned out great. He's a Marine now, but it was difficult. Every time the market changes, like it's doing right now, it presents all kinds of challenges. And I know in this area, I've done the research, 81% of the agents around here sell 3 or less homes a year. I mean, you could make more at McDonald's. So, and I blame the industry, not the agents. I think it's woefully weak on teaching agents how to do what you've taught us to do, you and Craig, which is to get people to contact.
All right, so that's a good point. Here, I'm going to give everybody a writer downer. Okay, write this down. Okay, that the easiest way probably to make more money in the industry is to essentially do what Barb said. Let's make a list of everything that's sort of normal and standard in real estate and do the complete opposite.
Yeah.
And that, my friends, is the best introduction I can give you to how you essentially achieve what you most want, really in any industry. Let's remind ourselves that the majority is almost always wrong in any industry or in any large group. You know, at one point, the majority of the world thought it was flat. So, and especially when it comes to money, right, Tracy King? The majority of people are almost always wrong about how you make money when it comes to the world of money making. Mr. Tracy King, Kings of Real Estate in the great state of Tennessee. What's up, big doc?
How you doing?
Well, you know me, man. I'm always better than good. So, so you're there in Tennessee. You're one of the top real estate agents in the world today. There, Tracy. You got a great business going in Tennessee, but it wasn't always like that, right?
No. It's been, I got in business like October. Well, I became a real estate agent in October of 2006 when the market started sliding off the cliff. 2008, 2009, brutal, and ended up joining the Credit Proctor system in 2012. We opened up our brokerage in 2012, Kings of Real Estate, and we were doing, it's just my wife and I and 2 admin. I think our GCI at that time was like 650,000. So not bad for 2 people, but we joined this program, connected with you, started implementing and growing the business. And now we built the team up to over 30 agents, a team of ISAs, and couple locations about ready to open up the 3rd locations. We broke 2 million in GCI as of today this year already. So
that's income. That's total income, not sales.
That's total income.
Yeah.
So we did almost 10 million last year. Sold 655 houses, and then the year before we sold 685 houses, and we're looking to
all right,
break that 1,000.
Okay, so we've established it. You guys are super rich, and you got rich in basically doing things differently than the majority of real estate agents. Okay, so we can learn a thing or two from you guys. My own personal experience as well. Like I said, I started out bankrupt and homeless, and it's not exaggerating. It was not fun. I never want to go back there again, but think to the system that we stumbled into, your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Network. We're insulated from the problems that you guys might be seeing on your screen. So I want to talk about that first. Okay. Now, in order to really move beyond your present circumstance into a better one, what's required of you as an individual is to face the brutal facts and the reality of the present circumstance. Okay. A lot of people don't do that. They just, live on hope. Oh, I think it's going to get better. Look, there are trends that are facing real estate agents today in the marketplace, and we're going to look at some of that right now. And these trends are not your friend. Like they do not end. They don't end and go away. These are trends. Okay. So I got a few of them on the screen right now. Like it is getting harder to get customers. You got Zillow and Redfin and Realtor.com. They're using, they use your business that many of you get to build their own billion-dollar valuation companies. iBuyers. Okay. They're gaining more and more market share. Okay. Commissions aren't increasing, right? The percentage of sale for real estate commission out there in the industry, it's on a decline. You got the MLS and boards constantly collaborating with each other to make real estate agents be the same, do the same, like they want everybody to be equal. And these things aren't really good. Let's look at a few more statistics out there. The industry statistics do make the case probably better than we can. So I want you to look at them right now. Now, my experience is like when I was at RE/MAX a while back, these guys, they weren't sharing these numbers with me. Okay. But you guys can see it on the screen. Median gross income of real estate agents below $50,000 a year. Tracy King. The median income of the real estate agents on your team, what, double that?
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. So, Nancy?
The median, yes. The high end is much higher.
Yeah.
A lot of agents there.
Yeah. So what you guys are going to discover, right, Rudy, is that the average real estate agents on your team make between $100,000 and $250,000 a year, and they never, ever, 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 ever do any prospecting, marketing, advertising, nothing.
Nothing.
Is that right, Rudy?
That is a net income, and that is a huge difference because when I was in Coldwell Banker before at 100,000 gross commission income, the net was nobody talk about the net income. So here is a different. I barely have money to eat, right? So this is completely different. This what we are talking about is a net take home income because the agents in our team literally have no expense. The only expense is the MLS fees and the board of associations.
Yeah, 100%, man. So, right, Barb, like it's hard for a real estate agent on your team, in your organization, where you're handing them appointments on a day-to-day basis. Like it's really hard to fail.
Yeah, they don't have any expenses at all.
Yeah.
And it's all in their pocket for them to enjoy. And they're definitely making more than double what the average is.
All right. So type into the comments and chat if you guys want some of that. Like if you like the concept of that, like, pretty much being insulated, totally insulated from failure or inconsistency or lack of income in the real estate industry. So even though we were looking at those problems collectively, those bullet points on those problems, I want you guys to know that some of those trends, for example, commissions are on the decline, or it's getting harder and more costly to generate, the customers of your choice. Like those are trends, but they're not trends for everyone. They're just trends for the majority, but they're not Rudy's trends, Nancy's or Barb's or Tracy's. That's just not how it works. It's the complete opposite. So I want to talk a little bit about money, which you guys are going to get blown away. So hang with me though. Okay. Don't freak out too much because I do understand it's not a norm and standard for real estate agents to get paid these big percentages on sales, but you need to know this that goes on at the top of the pyramid. So let me frame it. If you're just joining us, you're on a Zoom with a panel of the most successful real estate agents in the history of selling real estate. These guys are among that. These are all billion-dollar agents. Okay. They make millions and millions and millions a year selling real estate. Okay. Not doing what the majority do. Could do it complete opposite. We're all part of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Network, and we simply just don't operate or play by the norms in real estate. And the customers like that better. Okay. I'm going to prove it to you here in a minute. And you're going to get you guys are going to get a pretty steady diet of what to do next so that you can avoid all that foolishness and that mess and that crap essentially that happens in the real estate industry. But let me flip it over to Tracy. All right, Tracy. I think when someone lists a home in the great state of Tennessee, they put it in the MLS. That's typical. I know you guys do the opposite, but let's play along. They put the home in MLS. There's a commission that gets assigned to it by most listing agents of what, 2.5 or some such like that, 2?
2.5, 3, 2.
Okay. All right. So now when your agents, the agents on your team, you hand them an appointment. Okay. You give them an appointment with the buyer. They contract with the buyer. They go out and sell a house. What's your commission?
4%.
All right. So on the buyer side, you guys are getting around 4%.
Correct.
Did you guys see that? Now, many of you don't even know how to, your current brokerage doesn't coach. They don't train you on how to set, negotiate, and collect your optimum fee when working with buyers. Okay. That's not part of the norm in real estate. Part of the norm is to take whatever the listing agent gives you. And since commissions are on the decrease, and I predicted some time ago that you would see plenty of listings in the MLS in your marketplace at $0, $1 if that's required to put a number into the MLS feature. That's not unusual. Let me give you guys another trend. There are more and more homes that are being sold outside of MLS. So it's like, I don't even need to put it in the freaking MLS to sell it. It's not that homeowners aren't doing it. It's that the top real estate agents who get a lot of these sellers, they don't have to go put these things in MLS to go sell it. They got a database of buyers in waiting. Rudy, what's your average? What are you guys bringing in on the buyer side at your business in California?
On the buy side, we get paid 3.5% regardless whether the house is on the MLS or not. And regardless if the house is on the MLS, then regardless whatever the co-op is offered on the MLS. So it's 3.5%.
Okay, so you're getting 3.5, but what's the norm out there in the real estate industry in California in MLS nowadays?
I think less than 2, 1.5 to 2 is the norm.
Yeah.
2.
So the question that I would be asking if I'm watching right now would be like, how you guys do that? Well, I'll sum it up this way. Write this down. This is another writer downer. Cost is only a factor in the absence of value. Write that down. Cost is only a factor in the absence of value. So obviously, there's no way to be super successful here like Nancy in New Jersey, like a standout in New Jersey by all places. Like those guys are pretty well set in their ways, and they cling to their norms and standards. Like, they cling to their Italian food. Is that right, Nancy?
Oh yeah, you nailed it. Yes.
So like they don't want to violate those things. So here's Nancy, literally in a whole different universe, and she'll just tell you like the way you do it is value stacking. Customers want value, and when you provide it to them, they got no problem paying for it. Is that right?
That's correct. We're getting 7% for our listings. We're keeping more, and because we're spending that money in marketing, we're showing great value for our clients, and they're happy to sign that agreement.
Yep. So what we're talking about then is doing things a different way.
Yes.
Now, if you're watching this Zoom meeting today and you like your way, like you like it, you're happy with the way it is, and your life is going amazing. You're achieving what you most want in life right now from your business. If you like it, you can tune out. But if you're not achieving what you most want in your life, your goals, you got big goals, you got income goals, you want your lifestyle to be a certain way, and you're not quite satisfied where it is, then this is who this Zoom meeting is for today. Okay. You're going to be in pretty good company here because none of us really like the way it rolls out there in real estate world. That's why we created our own. And the customers obviously like it. These guys all sell, hundreds and hundreds, 1,000+ homes a year with a really great team of real estate agents. And the team members operate in the top 5% of real estate agents in the United States. They make $100,000 to $250,000, like Rudy said, in net income. All right. And that's a big difference here. Okay. So the system that we use is called the Quantum Leap system. Okay. And it's different than just about the way all other real estate agents operate. Okay. I mentioned that to you guys before. You can make a list of kind of what's normal and standard in real estate. Like, how you get your license. You got your license. Like me, my previous business life, I just failed. So I went and got my real estate license. And I was like, maybe I'll try that. Okay. I picked the company because I was referred there. They'd run around interviewing people. I just ended up at a RE/MAX office. And immediately I showed up, and the broker, you know what the broker told me, Barb? The broker at the RE/MAX office told me I should cold call with this other dude that was cold calling at the real estate company. Is that right?
They're still teaching door knocking in this area.
Prospecting, manual grunt prospecting, running ads on Facebook, all that kind of crap. Okay, that like we don't do. So let me get that in right now. Barb, do you guys do any cold calling, door knocking, prospecting?
No, they all contact us, and these are people I've never met before.
So 100% of all the prospects that you guys do business with on a daily, weekly, monthly basis, you and your team, all of these prospects chase you down, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They work hard
Tracy?
to get me.
Tracy, what about you? How much prospecting you doing versus how many people are contacting you?
Yeah, we're too busy to do anything other than just call people back and answer the phones.
So 100% all inbound. You're
100%,
not chasing, no cold calling, no prospecting, no door knocking. Nancy?
Same thing. It's all calls in, inquiries, texts in. We deal a lot with that too. And I'm trying to make sure that I have enough agents to handle all the business that we have. That's my
Rudy-
biggest challenge right now.
Rudy, California's different, right? You guys have to do prospecting or no?
At least 5,000 prospective buyers and sellers for the last 10 years calling us every month, at least 5,000 a month. In the last 12 months, my team and I, we sold over 1,000 homes, and the real estate agents in my team do zero prospecting, zero cold calling. All of the customers called us first.
All right. Type into the comments and chat if you guys like the sound of that. Now, I'm watching. I'm probably intrigued. I'm definitely blown away by the success, and if the folks watching are honest, that's very admirable, to start out, with these rags, to rich stories. I mean, I'm always inspired by that. And I want to learn, I want to know, how's that work? How did you do that? And let's face it, you guys are pretty busy people. You're among the top real estate professionals in the world. And boom, you made time for a Zoom meeting today, basically just to share, your experiences, what's working, what's not working. Look, these problems are real out there for the real estate industry, but you guys have bigger problems. And your problems are, I want to make sure I understand it, your problems are just getting to all the prospects that call you on a daily basis. Did I get that right?
Yes.
That's correct for me.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So let me repeat. The panel's problems in everyone in the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Network. The problem is they got too much business. More customers need help than they can get to. And that is 100% across the board. And the reason is they don't operate like the image on the screen, right? If it was a solo agent, of course that solo person is going to have problems, because when you get a customer, let me make sure we're on the same page with this one. When you get a customer, you get busy with the customer. So when you're busy with the customer, guess what you're not doing? Getting more customers. So it's actually impossible for a solo practitioner real estate agent to be successful all the time. You're going to have to make sacrifices. It will be impossible for you to be at your kids' ball games and out showing homes to a buyer at the same time. Somebody's going to get cheated.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And we just don't believe it should be that way. So our belief in the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Network is that everyone, all of the agents, all the admin, and the customers should never be cheated. You should not be cheated out of your lifestyle. God put you on the planet to do big things. All right. And these big things include spending time with your kids, showing your spouse that you really care for them by being there, while simultaneously being able to give your customers and people the service and the stuff they desire so they can achieve the same things in their life. So our belief is simple. Either you should be on a super profitable sales team or have your own. You should be on a team that is a super profitable real estate sales team, not one that gives out leads. That's an inconsistent real estate enterprise, trust me, but one that gives out appointments. Okay. So I want to talk about that real quick, Tracy. Okay. Appointments, not leads, but appointments. Okay. So tell us how you tell everybody how you do that, if you don't mind.
Okay, so we have what we call a ISAs, inside sales department. And they are all the advertising, all the marketing that we do are directed into that department by phone, text, email, and they are touching base and they're just answering some qualifying questions. And if they're looking to make a move in the next 3 to 6 months, we book appointments with them for our outside sales team. And it's that simple. Then the outside, there's a great lead flow chart. And then we outside.
There it is right there. So you're telling me this is how it operates in your organization.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So let's walk through it. Prospects contact you. You do no cold prospecting, no call calling, no door knocking, none of that stuff. So through your unique and exclusive marketing system, prospects contact you. All right. Someone looks at the prospects, sifts and sorts the ones that are ready to do something now into the ones that want to do something in a longer time frame. Okay. You give these quote leads to your inside sales agent department or setters. Okay. And through your specialized follow-up system, they make contact and they make an offer, and the people that are ready to roll, an appointment is set, and you hand that appointment over to a specialized real estate agent on your team, and they go out on the appointment and essentially do the things they got into business to do in the first place, help people.
Correct. And so the agent, as you mentioned, and they're trained up front, and then we coach them forever.
Right.
So they're highly skilled and more than capable of taking care of the clients that we provide to them.
So Rudy, in this is your flow chart right here, correct?
Yeah, and the beauty on this thought, I just want to add on that. The beauty on this, you guys, if you look at this lead flow chart, this is the only brokerage on the planet that the brokerage actually have skin in the game. Because every single one of these boxes, this is how we redefine the job of a real estate agent. The prospect call us first, either from radio, billboards, direct mail, and online. And so we have a team of W-2 salaried position that's their sole job is to generate the leads. And then we have a full-time admin team members. Again, these are W-2 salaried position, and their job is to take that inbound calls, take their time, take their information, put it into our contact management system. And then our lead manager distributes that to our inside sales team. We have 10 inside sales team members that work 7 days a week from 8 in the morning till 9 p.m. We have 2 shifts. Again, those are all full-time salaried position. Their job is to check timing, motivation. Once we determine the timing and motivation is now, then we book it to you. So if you look at this model, Todd, this is like revolutionary, because when I was with Coldwell Banker before, when I was with a normal, any traditional model, the traditional real estate model is where this is all the job of one agent. The reason the real estate agents here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty are netting an extra 100,000 more at least is because each individual human just focus on one thing. Because at the end of the day, time is limited. So if you want to be successful in the next 12 months, we cannot keep on doing the same thing over and over and over again, right? Because I think like Albert Einstein said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting a different result. The reason our system works beautifully is because imagine, Todd, the agent in our team, right? I use an example, for example, Michelle, who net over $1 million net income after us being associated with our team here in the last 7 years. She only do one thing. Now, how many hours does she have? She have 500 hours in a day. How can the other solo agent who have 24 hours in a day compete with somebody that have 5 hours a day? It's
how do they have
impossible.
5? Explain to me, how does she end up with so much more time than the average person who's literally got 24, but you got to spend some time in bed. So how does she end up with so many more hours?
like this chart here, this is a beautiful chart because this is how our team system is. Because look at that from the first box on the left, the prospect call us. We have 5 full-time people that solely focus on lead generation. So if everybody have 10 hours, 8 hours in a day, like normal working hours, 8 times 5, that's already 40 hours. We have our admin staff team. We have 35 full-time salaried position that's working all behind the scenes, right? So that's the reason why I thought the real estate agents at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the reason they are becoming more successful because the key concept is simply leverage.
Mhm.
This, and we are looking at it. This is the, if we understand our business model, which is we are looking at the screen right now. This is how you're going to net an extra 100,000 in the next 12 months. Because when we talk about a team, we're talking about a team of specialists. Each individual person has a specific role in the transaction. And this is like I mentioned just now, everybody thought in the industry, everybody claimed to have the training and the support. But at the end of the day, the agents in a traditional model is the agents is all by their lonesome self, right? Here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the brokerage actually invested literally millions of dollars a month before we book you the appointment. So the training is different, Todd, because we really want you to be successful, because if you are not successful, then we lose money. And we don't like
that's an
money.
operative word, is that there's heavy investment in the agents becoming successful, because you guys are what I call front end loading everything. You're front end loading everything, the infrastructure, the lead generation, the conversion, and the pre-selling. So I want to talk to Barb about that. So Barb, if I'm watching right now and I'm tracking, that these are appointments with legit buyers and sellers, people that are ready to act, that are given out to the agents at your company. Talk to me about the quality of the appointment. Okay, like is it really a high quality opportunity, or is it just kind of like the leads at these other brokerages that are really not that motivated or come with all kinds of baggage and problems that get projected onto the real estate agent? Tell us about it. What's the quality of these customers?
Most of the sellers, because of our marketing, are very, very predisposed to doing business with us. And we're easily able to charge a much higher fee than our competition. So that's for the seller side, that's a lot easier. The buyer side is a little bit different. But typically it's because of our systems, and that they get offers of something that the buyers and sellers want, that motivates them to want to meet with us and motivates them to want to sign an agreement with us over any other choice.
Yep. And then based on the value, which it's pretty obvious here what the value is, certainty. Like, think about it. If you're a seller and you want to sell your house, like, what do you most want? You want certainty. You don't want to mess around. You don't want to take risks. So this is why most real estate agents, the bulk of their business, Nancy, is referral. And it almost always is only going to be that. They can't really compete out there in the world with people like you guys because they can't offer certainty. So talk about that real fast, Nancy, and then I'm going to ask everybody. I'm going to conduct a poll here in a minute to see if you guys want to get your hands on these appointments. So sit tight for the poll, but I want to talk to Nancy about certainty. This is the value stack and the unique system that I was talking about a few minutes ago. So Nancy,
Great.
I'm in Jersey. I got a home. I want to sell it. I want to go buy another one.
Yep.
Why would I choose to do business with you over and above anybody else or any other option?
So it depends, Todd. Do you want to buy one of my listings first? Because if you want to buy one of my listings and move up with me, I've got this guaranteed sale program for you. If you want to perhaps move out of state, I get a lot of that lately. I have a guaranteed sale program for your buyer. And by the way, Mr. Seller, I get 10.29% more than the average agent, as shown by the MLS, not my numbers, their numbers. So this is why you're going to do business with me.
Yeah, it's quite simple.
It is.
So let me reframe the question to everybody. If lean in right now to your monitor. If you could legitimately run around town, your town, you telling the public, everybody, with a house to sell and they want to go buy another one, and you told them all that their home is you will guarantee the sale of their home. And if it didn't sell, you would buy it. do you think you would get more customers? Right? It's a pretty simple question. If you could do that, you probably would. Okay. Well, guess what? That's what we did. We do all that. So Tracy here, Barb, Rudy, okay, Nancy, that's what they do. They guarantee that the customers are going to get what they want. Their home will sell. So now they're freed up to go buy their next house. Guaranteed in writing that they're going to benefit from the highest price. Okay. So Tracy,
Mhm.
let's say you're guaranteeing the sale of one of your customers' homes so they can go out and buy another one. Okay. And you guys settled in on a guaranteed price. If an offer comes in that's better than your guaranteed price, who gets it? You or the customer?
The customer gets it.
That's how this works, man. The customer always benefits from the highest price. So I'm going to reframe it one more time. If you could run around town, you could guarantee that, the sale of your of people's homes in your market, but you could guarantee them a cash offer that they would accept. Guaranteed acceptable offer, today on your home. If you could do that, would you get more customers? Would you have more prospects calling in saying, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. And all of these people need to go buy something. That's why they're selling their house. And this is where you come in. See the big U right there on that screen? This is where all of you come in watching today. You could find yourself in the enviable position of working with those customers, not leads, but appointments, handed to you on a silver platter, as many as you could skillfully handle. So with that, I would like to conduct a poll, if I can get everybody's attention. I'm going to throw that up on the screen right now. Okay. And I'm just curious if it's okay. You can poll yes, okay, or no poll at all. But if you would like to receive appointments, if you find that valuable as a real estate agent, like you would like to get appointments, with ready to act buyers and sellers handed to you on a silver platter virtually every day, as many as you can skillfully handle, like, do you find that? Yeah, I want that. Just let us know if that's you, if you're that kind of person. That would be me, by the way. Now, look, we wrote a pretty famous book. It's a bestseller on Amazon. And the name of the book is called Death of the Traditional Real Estate Agent, Rise of the Super Profitable Sales Team Business. And in the book, Craig and I make the case that either you should be on a super profitable sales team or have your own, that the solo real estate agent can't compete with that. All right. But we use the words super profitable because those super profitable words are the real estate teams like these guys, okay, and the others in the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Network that have ready to act customers that want to go buy another place. So by offering them certainty, guaranteeing their home's going to sell, we get the customers. And now we need there's a lot of them. And, well, I'll ask these guys on the screen right now. I'll leave the polling question up for just another couple of minutes. But Barb, how many people do you have in your database that want to go buy another home that you can't get to right now?
Right now, I think we have about 4,000 that we're trying to work on, that we're trying to reach, and they're trying to reach us. So yeah, it's quite a few.
Tracy, what do you got? What kind of overflow?
Todd, it's just literally thousands. I mean, it's hard to put a number on it. We have over 60,000 people in our database we're adding to all the time. So
yeah, so it's fair to say that a lot of people that are watching right now, they may have a hard time believing that, but we all started out with zero. Okay.
Right.
And but it is true. There is a different universe in the real estate industry of people that do not operate like everyone else, who do things completely different. And that's how you become super successful in any industry. You make a list of all the stuff that is normal and standard, and you do the opposite. And that's what we do here. Okay. And I don't think that's a big secret in the industry today. I mean, most people know that, who we are. We own the USP, Your Home Sold Guaranteed or I'll Buy It. We own that. We have real estate companies that are named after that. There's 120 of these right now in North America. And their number one problem is just getting really good salespeople that want to help these people go find the place that they call home. All right, I'm going to end that poll. I appreciate you guys participating in that. Thank you. All right. So I'll share the results on it, because 92% said yes. 92% said, yes, I want appointments. I don't know who the other 8% is that don't want appointments, but that's kind of weird. Okay. So, but yep. So yes. So 92% of everybody that polled said, I want appointments. And that's the way it should be. Like if you're going to get involved in prospecting business, you know what that means? You want to prospect business. So that's a decision that you got to kind of make as a real estate professional. Okay. You got to decide whether you want appointments or whether you want to go prospect, because doing both of those is the problem. So what we're offering everybody here, if you want it, is a new opportunity. See, our goal was never, ever, ever to fix what's not working in real estate. In fact, we don't really want anything to do with any of that. Our goal was to replace it with something entirely different. And this replacement simply makes you, if you took advantage of it, the envy of the other real estate agents in your marketplace, because you make $100,000 to $250,000 like all the other agents do at these companies and on these teams, okay, without having to prospect, cold call, do any advertising whatsoever. This takes you completely out of the on-call everyday role where you're reacting to customers and you work from your own schedule. It delivers you freedom from having to do all the admin work, like Rudy said. You essentially gain, like if you were with Rudy or any of these other sales teams, you have hours because you're collaborating with an administrative team, inside sales agent team, a leadership team that pretty much does all the work for you as a real estate agent. And it's hard for the solo practitioner to compete against that. I shouldn't say hard. It's impossible. You can't do it. So if you kind of like the idea of getting appointments handed to you on a silver platter, as many as you can handle, then this is the system for you. So we took the number one system for growing a real estate business and we just turned them into real estate brokerages. We did it for real estate agents like you guys. Okay, that's sort of the sales pitch today. If you want to see that, we are going to promote for sure. But what we're most proud of is the lives that get changed. And I want to talk about that briefly, changing lives. Like it's one thing to do pretty well financially, and it is. But you know what's really cool is what you do when you do well financially, what you do for others. So I'm going to talk about that and let you guys in on a little insider knowledge here. So I'm going to kick it over to Rudy. So Rudy, you're one of the most successful real estate agents in the world today. Okay. Millions is not really it. You're into the tens of millions now. All right. But if I'm not mistaken, when you create income, you and your team, you give a good bit of it away. Tell us about that.
The beauty of our team system here is that every single one person in our team, at the close of escrow, we take a portion of our income towards organization. So for example, because we believe one of our core values here is that we believe that your business is designed for others. So how do we translate that belief into a practical day-to-day operations? So we are on a mission. Last year, we raised over $100,000 in a year to help kids at Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. And that is important because, well, for two reasons, right? So each person, each man and women here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, when they show up at work, when they, we know we are here for a bigger vision, right? We are here to change lives. Now we've been partnering up with another organization called World Harvest in the last 10 years. We literally developed schools and medical clinics all around the world. And I'm sharing all this stuff, not to brag, just to show you that you can do good with your business. Your business is just a vehicle that allows you to literally make a difference in other people's lives. Because at the end of the day, money is like, okay, there's a certain level. Yes, initially when we first get started, we need the money to eat and to put roof over our head, right? But once we pass that, like, okay, what's the next evolution? Like your business is designed to make a difference for other people. Not to mention the men and women here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Everybody has a passion. So that's what we do here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Then we translate that philosophical belief, we translate it into a day-to-day operations. And last but not least, using the same philosophy, then that's actually part of our referral marketing system. Our clients like it. Our clients say, wow, I want to be a part of your journey. I want to be a part of their mission to raise 100,000 to help kids at Children's Hospital in Los Angeles. We have clients that, hey, I want to be a part of your mission to build schools globally in all over the world to help kids. Now that is part of our referral marketing system, because now we are telling our clients that, hey, when you refer a business to our team, for every person that you refer to our team, when we close escrow, we take a portion of our income towards that mission. So now your customers thought this is beautiful, because first it's a customer, first it's a prospects, right? It's a prospects, and then they turn into a customers, to a clients, and then they become a clients for life. So the reason they become your clients for life, because they turn into your evangelists. Evangelists, by definition, it's somebody that spread your good news. So now they run around town sharing, hey, we are here on a mission to raise 100,000 to help Children's Hospital in Los Angeles, for example. So this is a philosophical, like we see on the screen here, the size of the hole that you give through is proportional to the size of the hole that you receive through. But then we turn that philosophical belief, like the vision up on the sky, we bring it down into a day-to-day operation.
So everyone applauds your passion for that, Rudy, and it definitely makes a difference. Tracy, I think that's part of the culture throughout the entire Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty Network, is that taking a portion of the income to try to make the community a better place, the lives of others who may not, have what we have, and being able to make that kind of impact in the world today. Same thing happens right there in Tennessee, right? With what you guys are doing.
Yeah. So, my story a little bit, just a brief, was, I was raised in housing projects, lower income, mom raising 5 kids, and we struggled. And so I know what it's like to have to struggle. And so we give to places that are helping orphans and widows, the unfortunate. And, last year we gave, I got to look at the number again. I got to make sure it's correct, but I think we gave around $500,000 last year. And that was pretty special goal for us to meet. For me, that's what excites me.
Yeah, well, it is
So-
true. There is this principle that we believe in, and it's important that
Yes.
everybody watching today knows, because we want to offer all of you watching this Zoom today, we want to offer you the appointments. Like, we need dedicated, good, solid, great attitude sales professionals to help handle these customers. Like, these are folks that want to sell their home and want to go buy another one. These are all appointments. These aren't leads. These are appointments that we hand to real estate professionals on a silver platter, as many as they can handle. But we want to make sure that everybody understands, for full disclosure, why we do it. It's not just to make the commission checks. It's to improve the lives of everyone involved in this transaction, in this system. So you guys are doing that. Nancy, I know you're pretty passionate based on your circumstances and your experiences. Same thing, giving a good portion of the income that you make away to people who could benefit from it as well.
Yes, I really am. I started out and, had as I was growing up, kind of landed on different times. My parents were remarkably absent, and I needed some more guidance. And so I hit those weird teenage years. And so my passion is really around helping kids that age out of the system for group homes and for adoptions, and helping those teens in need. And we really focus on making it local. We've since expanded into helping veterans and families that fall on hard times very locally. And we give a portion of every piece of our income. We hit $150,000 last year was where we landed, and very excited about doing more. The more we do, the more good we can do. And it's a great passion. The entire office feels the same way, and we're always excited to share that with the community.
Yep. Underprivileged kids, kids battling through leukemia and cancer, non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, diseases that many times rob the life right out of them, even at these nonprofit hospitals. Those are pretty obvious things. One of my favorite favorite charities to be associated with are those that support first responders, people that put their lives online
Mhm.
on a daily basis for others. We're talking active and inactive military folks and other first responders. Barb, I know that's a big part of your life.
It is. I'm a veteran. I'm an Air Force brat. My son joined the Marines, and there's 5 bases in my area, so there's a lot of military. And I had a pretty easy military career, but some of these guys have been back in the war zone over and over again, and it's very traumatizing to them. So we regularly give back to 6 or 7 different veteran causes: USO Fisher House, Vet Dogs, Tunnel to Towers, Adopt a Platoon, Luke's Wings, giving tickets to people that can't travel over Christmas, and Wounded Warrior. And the reason why it's important to me is I feel like we should serve those that volunteer. All the military people are volunteer, and they do that to defend our freedom. And I'm so impressed at their bravery and their courage. And so I can't wait to help them every time we get paid.
Yes. So our vision for everybody watching right now, our vision is to be the best place to work, buy, and sell real estate, in the world today. And it's really great people that make it that way. So if you're connecting with this in any way, then this may very well be a good opportunity or a good time for you to reach out to, the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty company right there in your area, and have a conversation about what you see on the screen right now. Getting a steady stream of appointments handed to you on a silver platter, so that you're investing your time just doing what you get into the business to do in the first place, help people, versus prospecting and cold calling and door knocking or worrying about where your next deal is going to come from. There's none of that. There's no advertising expenses or desk fees and all that kind of mess. The training is by billion-dollar agents, people that just don't think like the majority of real estate agents. That's why the training is different. It's a different way of doing real estate business, which is what customers want. People want certainty, right? Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, our name is our promise, for goodness sake. So of course we're going to attract people who want certainty. Those people are ready to go now. And then we rise to the occasion with all of them. And the salespeople, the sales force, at these companies, they're $100,000 to $250,000 some a year or more in income without having to do all the jobs of real estate agent. Just the one. Help the customer get what they want. So if you guys like the sound of that, I want to do one final poll for everyone. Okay. So if that's okay, I'd like to do that. I'm going to launch that poll right now, as you can see it on your screen. So if this is connected, if you've connected with us today, and you would like to discuss this more, okay, you want to learn more, you would like to find out more how it works, the inner workings of it, we'd like to make that connection with you. Okay. So the question's quite simple. Yes, contact me to discuss getting appointments with ready to act buyers and sellers. That's where this starts. Okay. Look, I understand that, Tracy, Barb, Nancy, Rudy, and the other 120 Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty owners, which are, we're all cut of the same cloth. We started somewhere. Most of the stories weren't so grand. It's not like I want to run around bragging everybody, I was bankrupt and homeless. I failed in my first business, owed my family gobs of money. It's not a story that you really want to tell, but it is worth sharing these stories so that everybody can connect and realize hey, maybe there's a pathway for me too. And there is. But the best pathway is always, always, always getting your hands on the people that most want to make a move. That's always the best pathway for you. So if that describes you and you want to take the next step in learning more about how to get appointments handed to you on a silver platter, all you got to do is click yes on the polling question now. I'm going to flip it over to our panel here for some final words. Rudy, summarize this for me.
So it's pretty simple here at Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You get our millionaires, $1 billion buyers presentation. You're licensed to use our millionaires buyers presentation, where you're going to show up when working with buyers with showing off-market deals. Number one. Number two, our listing presentation, our working with seller system, where you're going to show up at that listing appointment with multiple cash offer instantly on their house. Number three, the daily training and coaching to help you so that you can use our system. And last but not least, you get your one-on-one mentors that's going to hold your hand, so that way you can implement that in real life. And last but not least, we generate customers for you. And I think, Todd, that's pretty revolutionary. There is no other brokerage on the planet that's going to generate customers for anybody.
It's funny you said it, Rudy, because when I was at Remax, I went to my broker and I was like, hey, so what's the guarantees? And he laughed at me. He goes, there's no guarantees. And I was like, well, like when I buy something at Walmart, they guarantee me that if I want to return it, I don't need a receipt. I just take it back. Because virtually all the best companies in the world have some guarantee. Like, what's the guarantees here? And he says, there's no guarantees. I said, what about your money back guarantee? He said, yeah, I do have a money back guarantee. I guarantee you, when you give me your money, you ain't getting it back. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? I just don't think it should be that way. So why can't people have peace of mind? Why can't buyers be guaranteed, Tracy, that they're going to love their home? And if they don't, you'll buy it back. Why can't that guarantee be made? You make that guarantee, right?
Yeah. That can be made.
Yeah. Barb, have you discovered that customers love guarantees?
They absolutely do love them. And many times they ask about them. The agents are afraid of them, but it's just training. It's just knowledge. You don't have to buy everybody's house. So
yeah, right. That's what we do. The agents aren't running around buying these houses, right, Nancy? If you've got to step in and buy a home because it doesn't sell, that's what you do.
It's my turn. Absolutely. So the agents do not have to fear that, and they're trained appropriately. And the clients love the certainty. And it's not just the sellers that love that guarantee. You've got a lot of first-time buyers, and people are terrified of making a wrong move. And when you have that buyback guarantee, or we'll sell it for free, that shows that we're not in it just for that commission. We're there for them. Clients for life is what we're looking to make.
So we've discovered the same thing for real estate agents to get connected to these Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty companies, that they like guarantees.
They do.
And you can see them. We call them the 6 agent, satisfaction guarantees. They're right here. You are guaranteed as a real estate agent at a Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. You're guaranteed that you're going to get a flow of buyer and seller appointments, more than you have ever had handed to you before, or we will pay you $10,000. All right. We guarantee you in writing that you'll get the best training and coaching for agents, guaranteed. And the training we're talking about is sales skills, negotiating skills, and closing skills. So you win in the marketplace for you and your customer. And if anyone can find better, we'll pay you $10,000. Okay? $10,000 to the charity of your choice, guaranteed, if anybody can show better on any sort of training program or system. All right? All of the real estate agents will make more money. Okay? If you're allowed in as one of these sales professionals at one of these companies, you will make more money. You'll make at least $100,000 more, or we'll pay the difference. Okay. Retirement, we want everyone to create wealth for themselves. That's offered. Okay. We guarantee a portion of all the income will be donated to very worthy causes. And if you're a sales professional, what really sucks is being out there in the street, selling real estate, duking it out with the other agents in the marketplace, and you need help from a mentor or, broker or your leader, and you can't get it because they're on the golf course or, fishing or something, or just not answering the calls. No. Our second mile service guarantee is straightforward. You will receive the response you need within an hour. And if we drop the ball on it, we're going to pay you $500 as a penalty. So show me a real estate company in the world today that puts its money where its mouth is when it comes to working together as a sales team, right? We know that real estate professionals in the world have a choice. You can go anywhere. You can do it on your own, start your own company. You can put your license at Remax, EXP, Coldwell Banker, Century 20. We know all that stuff. Okay. But what we're looking for are professionals that understand, boy, it sure is great just to have the appointments handed to you. and do exactly what you get into this business do in the first place and not have to worry about all that stuff. This is the way most great businesses work. So with that, Tracy, final words.
I think that you need to concentrate on the fact that, you know, your net income and the time that you're going to get back in your life. That's talking to anybody on my team, what they're going to tell you, they have so much more time back, and they make more money net.
Barb.
Yeah, and just to add on to that, we're also having a lot of fun. Like, we share our wins and our challenges and how we solve them. And you don't see that in the traditional real estate world. In fact, if you go into an office with other agents, they're competitors. They don't want to help you. So it makes the whole environment really fun and joyful to work in.
Yes, it is. So I would challenge everyone that showed up today's Zoom meeting to reach out to your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, find out for yourself. You can judge it from afar. I think we did a good job today of demonstrating that we're different. We take it very seriously, offering certainty in the marketplace, donating portions of income right back to very worthy causes, making the community and charities a better place. Everyone makes more money. They're more successful at these companies than the average real estate agencies out there in the world. I think we did a good job of proving that. And the people here, just good folks, you know, looking to make their difference in the world today by helping people buy and sell the place that they call home. So I want to thank the panel today for jumping on and sharing their wisdom and experiences with everyone. You guys are amazing. Cheryl, I want to thank you for putting the Zoom meeting together, for allowing us the opportunity to be able to share and inviting, you know, some few real estate agents from around these areas to jump on and listen. Thank you very much for all that. So with it, it's going to conclude our session today. So for everyone who polled, we will be following up very quickly with you. So again, panel, you guys are amazing. I love every one of you. And thanks for allowing me the opportunity to interview you and share life with you. Really appreciate it. So with that, it's going to wrap it up today. Everyone, go serve big. Take care.
Thanks a lot for having us.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.